Week 2 of NFL action is in the bag, and what a week it was. Welcome to the NFL Week 2 Roundup here on the Fumble. I'm Jackie Ray. Before we get into some of this week's highlights, make sure you follow me on all things social media at JRayTheFanatic, and don't forget to hit that notification bell and that subscribe button if you haven't already. Now, Who Dat Nation, we have a problem. Question is, I'm a little confused as to why it ended up being a 27-9 problem. Just last week, we were sitting on top of the NFC South as the only team in the division with a win, but now we're tied with everyone. Well, except Cam Newton and company since they are winless. But what a difference a day and one play can make. Saints were down by just 3 points when this happened. Aaron Donald applying pressure to Drew Brees and then bam, hand injury. But not just any hand injury, it's a thumb ligament injury to his throwing hand. Basically, he's gonna have a hard enough time gripping a doorknob, let alone throwing a football for the next 4 to 6 weeks. As horrible as that sounds, this is where it gets a little crazy. Teddy Bridgewater is slated to be the starting quarterback while Drew Brees is in recovery. I have nothing against Teddy Bridgewater. I'm not even judging him by this lackluster performance on Sunday, but Sean Payton has called Taysom Hill the second coming of Steve Young. Steve, Hall of Famer, Super Bowl winner, Steve Young. Call me crazy, but don't you start that guy? Come on, Who Dat Nation, wouldn't that make more sense? I'm not trying to steal Teddy's shine, I just want to win. Seems like the injury bug was going around the NFL in week 2, and at one point during the Eagles game, half the squad seemed to be suffering from something, including Carson Wentz, who seemed to be face planted on every other play. But Eagles fans should be less worried about their backup situation because Josh McCown came in and looked like a seasoned veteran ready for action. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh, not only did they lose their home opener against the Seahawks 28-26, seems like whatever discomfort Ben Roethlisberger was having this week with his elbow is a much bigger deal. Big Ben had to leave the game with an elbow injury on Sunday. Right now, we don't know much.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
So here's what really gets me. Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger, maybe Carson Wentz, a ton of other injuries throughout the NFL this week, but Dak Prescott insists on going out on the field and playing without a contract. He says it's not about the money. He just wants to play. He also says he can't expect to be the highest paid quarterback in the league without winning a Super Bowl. That is so beautiful, but confusing. Dak has turned down a $30 million a year offer and is seeking $40 million. By my last count, Russell Wilson is the highest paid quarterback in the league with $35 million a year. Seems like basic math that $40 million would put Dak at the highest. Nonetheless, this is a contact, physical sport where people get hurt every single day. It is risky to play while you are in contractual limbo. But Dak is certainly giving the Cowboys reason to give him the entire bag. Only the second QB in Cowboys history to post a perfect quarterback rating. And in Sunday's outing, he threw for 269 yards and 3 touchdowns. But I must say, I worry. Hopefully the two can get a deal done this week. On a sadder note, if you see someone in a Dolphins jersey, it is your job to hug them and ask them, "Are you okay?" But the better question is, are you surprised? Because I can say right now, the rest of us are not at all shocked that Tom Brady and company marched into Miami and left the Dolphins decimated, 43-0. I don't mean to giggle, but that's just funny. The big story here, though, is AB was on the field. There were a lot of questions as to if he would be allowed to play with the the accusations that are currently on the table against him. He did pull in 4 catches and 1 for a touchdown in his Patriots debut. Not bad, considering his first practice with the team was on Wednesday. He also made one of the first wisest decisions I've seen him make in a long time, and he avoided the media after the game. Now, I know avoiding the media is against NFL policy. You remember the lesson Beast Mode taught us, right? But there are some moments that are fine-worthy. Given the perception the court of public opinion has about Antonio Brown right now, I applaud him on knowing that this is one of those times. So much action this weekend, but I have to go to my hometown for the worst ending I've seen in a while. Broncos were down to the Bears 13-6 with just 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Joe Flacco throws an easy touchdown to Emmanuel Sanders. The Broncos decide to go for two. Instead, they get a delay of game, miss the extra point to tie it up, but as if the football gods wanted to ensure a Mile High City win, the defense was offsides and they get a second chance. They go for two again, and Joe Flacco nails it. If I'm going to be honest, I kind of stopped watching the game at this point. There are only 31 seconds left. It's the Bears we're talking about. Game over. So wrong. Even after a penalty that pushed them back to 4th and 15, with 4 seconds left, Mitch gets the Bears in field goal range, and well...
And the kick by Pinheiro is good! It's good, and the Bears win it!
So the moral of the story is, it's not over until it's over. Fumble fam, let me know your favorite moments from NFL Week 2 action. Do you think Dak gets the deal done this week? And hey, why not go a little step further? Who do you think's gonna go to the Super Bowl? Let me know in the comments below. Once again, I'm Jackie Ray, and thanks for watching The Fumble.